Greetings and assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to another video. This is your host Munib, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate the demo that using Nginx as a load balancer, how we can distribute the incoming traffic into these servers. Okay, so in this case, let's assume that we have a single VPC, and inside VPC we have these three servers. Okay, not limited to three, but you can consider multiple servers inside the VPC. Okay, so these are the, let's assume that these are the private servers. Okay, and in private server the application is running inside of it. Okay, so using Nginx as a load balancer, how we can distribute the incoming traffic into these servers. Okay, remember that we have three different application version running on three different servers. Okay, in server 1 we are running the application version v1. In application in server 2 or server b we are running application version v2, and in server c we have the application running as version 3 or b3. Okay, so what is 8001, 8002 and 8003? Basically these are the different ports I have made for demo purpose. And server A application is running with 8001. Let me just zoom in further for better clear visibility. 8001 in server A, the application is running on 8001 port. In server B, the application version number 2 is running on 8002 as a port number. And in server C, the application is running on port 8003. Okay, so this is the HLD, or we can say this is the high level diagram that is designed for this demo. Okay, so let's jump into AWS console and I will show you how we can configure Nginx as a load balancer. Okay. Okay, so as you can see that I have created these three EC2 instances. One is app server 1, other is app server 2, and third one is app server 3. Okay, so let me just go to app server 1, copy the public IP, okay, and paste it here and add the A001. So you will see that the application is running the application version v1. Okay, so basically this is the periodic table. Okay, let me just zoom out. So this is the application version v1, and let me just go to application app server to copy the IP, paste it here and add A002. So you will see the application v2 version. As you can see that the server second server IP is 4463 and it is running on 8002 port. Okay, and let me just get the public IP of third server and paste it here. Okay, so as you can see that application version 3 is running on 8003 port. Okay, so let me just show you minor differences or major difference you could say. In the server A or server 1 we are having application version v1. In server 2 we have a minor changes. I have made these changes in order to make you understand how Nginx as a load balancer works. It is run on the basis of round robin method. Okay, and as you can see in the from third application server, the application version 3 is deployed. Okay, so I will show you how you can use the single IP of this server without giving port for load balancer purpose. Okay, so let me just access the server. I'm using the MOBA X term so you guys can understand what I'm trying to do. Okay. Okay, so right now I am in mobile xterm and the third server name is app server 3. Okay, so this is the access that I have taken, the SSH access of these three servers. Okay, so right now I'm using the app server 1 as a for Nginx purpose, and I will be using this server as a origin server that will be used for configuration purpose of load balancer. and then I will also demonstrate how you can use the configuration file and add those IPs. Okay, in this case, I have to show you something that uh, if these three servers, let me just show you the AWS account. For suppose that we have these three servers which are in same VPC, so we can use the private IP. Okay, but if these three servers are on different PCs, so we have to use public IP, or we can use VPC peering and VPN connection. Okay, so right now these three servers are in the single same VPC, so we will be using the private IP address for security purpose. Okay. Okay, so these are the points which I have to show you before jump into the implementation of Nginx load balancer configuration. So these are the points. Okay, so we have to just remember that if you are using the same VPC for each servers, we can use private IPs. Okay, we can definitely use public IP, but it's better to have private IPs if you are using same VPC having multiple servers. But if you are using different VPC, we can use VPC peering or VPN connection, or we can use the public IP of EC2 instances. Okay, so you can also consider this point as well. Okay, so let me just go back to mobile external. Okay, so right now let me just install Nginx. So the command is sudo apt install nginx -y. Okay, so it will install the nginx as a web server, and let's just restart its service and enable it. Okay, so the command is sudo service or sudo systemctl start nginx, and we have to enable its service as well. Okay, so sudo systemctl enable nginx. Okay, so let's just see its status, whether it's running or not. So the command is sudo service nginx status. Okay, so as you can see right now that the Nginx web server homepage is showing using the server IP of app server 1. Okay, so what is the difference? As you can see that the IP with different ports, we can use single IP and host different application with different ports on a single server. Okay, and one more scenario would be that you can host your application having multiple ports, multiple IPs with the same port. Okay, so right now in this case, I will be configuring the Nginx on this app server 1 server. Okay, so I have already configured it, and as you can see that the Nginx web page is up and running. Okay, so let's go back to the app server 1, and I will show you what file needs to be created. I will also demonstrate in detail. Okay, so for making the Nginx load balancer file, we have to create a new file, but let's just go into cd etc nginx directory. Okay, and see the ls, you will see a list of some files and directories. So I will show you where we can create the load balancer configuration file. Okay, so as you can see that we have multiple directories like sites enabled, sites available, modules available, and modules enabled, and we have other directory which is configuration.d directory. Okay, so we can create the load balancer configuration file in this directory. Okay, these two directories are almost similar, and we can create the load balancer configuration file in any one of these sites enabled or sites available. Okay, but for right now I am just focusing on sites available directory, which is sites available, and you will see a default configuration file. Okay, so let me just create a new file, and that would be sudo nano, and let's just give it name as load balancer dot conf file. Okay, so for time saving purpose, I have created and added the server details. but we have to make some changes, like we have to create the private IPs. As you can see that the application is running on different ports, A001, A002, and A003, as I have demonstrated earlier. Okay, so let me just go back to AWS console. Okay, so right now I am copying the IPs. One is the 6.107, and let me just get the IP 6.95, and third IP is 6.243. Okay. Okay, so I have pasted the private IPs right here, and let's just save this file. Control X, capital Y, and load balancer.conf file has been saved. Okay, one thing we have to check the syntax, if the syntax is okay or not. So the command is sudo nginx -t, and it will show you that the configuration syntax file is okay and it is successful. Okay, and one more thing we have to do right now is that we have to use this command, which is okay. So I have pasted this command, which is sudo ln-s and the directory path name. Okay, so what this command does is it basically creates a symbolic link, a shortcut, and it enables the Nginx configuration file so that Nginx can use it. Okay, and I will paste it here. Okay, and we have to remove one file, which is the default file. Okay, so we have to type sudo rm etc nginx sites enabled slash default file. Okay, and then enter. I guess this is not the directory, this is file. Okay, this is done. Okay, and let's just clear the screen so we can clear the mess, and again type nginx -t. Okay, okay, my bad. Basically I didn't give it a proper name of file. Let me just type the correct file name, and here you go. Okay, so let's just clear the screen again and type nginx -t. Okay, we have one more issue. Okay, let me just type, see if this file exists or not. Sites enabled and ls. Okay, it is showing the single load balancer dot configuration file. Let me just restart the service again. So let's see, sudo service nginx restart. Okay, and let me just see the syntax -t. Okay, so as you can see that the my I guess the service was not restarted, so that's why it was giving the issue. Okay, so go back to cd. Let me just clear the screen. Go to cd sites available, also check here. Okay, and we have to remove this file. So let's type ls again and remove sudo rm default and sudo nginx -t and sudo service nginx restart. Okay, so I have restarted the nginx service and I have already configured the load balancer file. Okay, let me just show you again. We have a load balancer dot configuration file, and if I show you the content of load balancer, so as you can see that we have this content here. Okay, so right now I'm back in the AWS console, and as you can see, these three servers are running. And let's just see if this thing working or not. If I refresh this, as you can see, the application is running and the load balancer is working now. If I refresh this IP, you can see the changes. Application version v2. If I refresh again, you will see application v3. Let me just again do it. It will show version v1. Again refresh it. It will show you version v2. Again refresh it. It will show you version 3. As you can see that the load balancer configuration has been done and it is working perfectly fine. Okay, so this is the demo of how you can implement Nginx as a load balancer, and you will see it is working on round robin method. Okay, so thank you so much everyone for watching this video, as I will come up with the amazing topics related to cloud and DevOps in future. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, thank you so much everyone, and take care of yourself and your loved ones.